Hey everybody, so today we're going to be building a treehouse, which was actually recommended by one of my followers on the Sims 4 gallery, which, I was actually looking to build a treehouse anyway because I thought it was a very fun challenge to do because, the Sims 4 doesn't really have tree houses inherently, so, you have to work in those sheets, move objects, all that fun stuff. So it was fun to do. And I had a great time and I went through a few changes, I'd say, the exterior especially because I wanted it to be a fully functional home, not just a small tree house you might use as a kid, but I wanted it to be an actual home and it's fully functional. You see like the little ladder up next to the big tree that I used the center of the house. That's a fully functional ladder. You can act you that's the way you get into the home and it's fully playable and I think that's really cool. So for the bottom, to make it look more supported, I just used the columns from Outdoor Retreat because, you don't really want a floating house. Like, yeah, it's a tree house, but also it's a bigger home than just a normal tree house. So I feel like the columns are a big, obviously it's not going to fall down The Sims, but I think it looks better with the columns. But yeah, and I think the interior came out really nice. It's very cute, very spacious. Well, not super spacious because it does have like a giant tree that comes up right through the middle, but I think it's pretty spacious for what it is. And my favorite part, I'd say, is probably the bedroom. And when I get to that part, you'll see why. But here I'm just trying to do the kitchen, and I ended up using the Jungle Adventure cabinets, and I started out with Jungle Adventure stove and refrigerator, but I ended up changing it to off the grid stove and refrigerator because I was like, this is a tree house. I feel like that would make more sense, but who knows? The sink is not off the grid. I could not get like bring myself to put in a sink that's not built into the countertop. So I don't know if that sink will work in off the grid mode, but there is a bathroom like on this floor too. So if anything, your Sims will just use the bathroom sink. Um, yeah, but here I'm starting to do the bedroom, and I think this is a really nice way of pulling together woodsy and color and just like I don't know, it's very cozy in this room, I'd say, and it does have that outdoor treat furniture, but it also has a mixture of tiny living and furniture that I don't think would normally go together. It's kind of like I don't know, I like this room a lot, and I just feel like it gives off a cozy feel, and I love the color combinations I did. And I love these little lamps that come with outdoor retreat. I think they're really cute, especially since it's off the grid, so you can't have many lights in the home that are, well, you can't have any lights in the home that are electric. You can have only candles and stuff that's off the grid friendly. Which, by the way, at nighttime, the house is very dim. But I did that on purpose because I didn't want it to be super bright, just because I feel like if you're just using candles for your source of light, then it wouldn't be super bright anyway. So it is a bit dingy at night, but again, that is on purpose. And if you download this house off the gallery, which I'd be very grateful if you do, um, you can obviously add more lights to it or change whatever you don't like. Yeah, I did do a little balcony off the side of this, which you just saw, but it doesn't really have anything on it. I was gonna put the art easel out there, but I liked it better indoors. So yeah, that's what I did for that. And here I'm just drawing a room around the tree because I want to add that fence. And I think that really made the ladder look more acceptable rather than just being randomly placed in the middle of the floor. But now I'm doing like kind of like a side garden, but it's elevated because I wanted to keep it true to the tree house. I want everything to be elevated in the trees. So yeah, I end up putting a campfire on this side garden, which probably is not the smartest idea for an actual home because you're surrounded by trees and wood, and you probably should put the campfire on the ground if you're going to put a campfire anywhere near trees. But it is in this home on the side deck that is elevated next to the house because it is The Sims, and I don't think your home can catch fire that way. I could be wrong. I'll feel really bad if I burn down your homes accidentally, but I really don't think it does. Um, I love the outdoor retreat little stump seating area. I think that's really cute and goes with the vibe that we're going for, which I say the vibe we're going for, but I'm not really sure this house has a vibe because it is very beachy, it is woodsy, it's a combination of a little bit of everything, but somehow it works together. Like, like it kind of just all goes, which is weird because I use a lot of island living and outdoor retreat and jungle adventure, and they're three different packs. But I feel like they go really well together because they still have those wood tones and the same earthy vibe that would go with a treehouse. So yeah, but also tiny living is in this home as well. But that kind of also goes just because I feel like the tiny living furniture is very versatile. Like, just kind of goes with whatever you want to put down. But I was really trying to balance color and wood because obviously I want everything to be wood because when you're building a treehouse, I think of wood, a lot of wood. But I didn't want to be so brown, like so bland and blah and just a whole bunch of brown. So I wanted to make it feel cozy, add a little bit of color, some flowers, some plants, bring some life into it. And I think that really helped juxtapose the dullness of brown. Um, but yeah, so I'm working on the living room area space and I love that fireplace, which is from Outdoor Retreat. I think, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, I think the hardest part of this build was probably mapping out the floor plan just because there is a giant tree going through the center of this home. So you have to kind of work around that space. But I feel like I kind of made it work pretty well. Um, yeah, I love the color combinations I used in this living space. I think they just add a color and they look nice together and and here I'm just adding some lights around because it is very dark at night. You can't be completely blinded by the dark, but you know. So I did want to put a desk in here, and I think I do that pretty soon. But with yeah, I do it here. But with off the grid living, you don't really have access to computers. So I ended up putting a slab bit down, I think it's called, which it does work off the grid. So it does give you the ability to have that computer-ish technology for your sim to use. But I'm just putting down some decorations now to make it more homey and another candle, obviously. And that plant's actually from the Courtyard Oasis kit, which I love that plant. I sized it down one just because it is a massive plant, but yeah. Um, I think it looks well. I think it's pretty good, but obviously, like I said before, you can change it to whatever you want to do with it. But I think the picture is going to be rolling soon, so I really appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post. And I hope you have a great day. See ya!